Here is Barkley. Left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley. Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47.
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you have 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap. Moss the block. Burrow going deep. He's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase.
LeBron leaked out. They didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in. Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer. 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts. Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history. Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore. Is it Brandon? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. And both ends.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. As always, we will recap yesterday first. Oh, fuck, I forgot to put it on Twitter. Forgot to put it in the cord. 2-2 day on the straights. We did miss the ladder with Anthony Simons. Volume was there. He had 8. Game kind of got away from Boston late. I think we do get the 4 if that game stays competitive. Let me pull up yesterday. So we were minus 0.35 units yesterday. Steph Curry over 23.5 missed. Nobody pulls their starters quicker than Steve Kerr. Ja Morant under 21.5 cash. I believe he finished with 16. And then Jaylen Brown over 26.5. Terrible start to the game. He finished with 24. All we needed was a 3. He also did not shoot very well from the field. I don't hate the look on that one. Just he started the game super inefficient. And it's hard to get to 27 when you have like 2 off rip. So 2-2 overall, just locked in. Painful day for you yesterday. Yeah, man, 2-2 for us. It wasn't awful over here, but it wasn't great. Brings us to 46-28 on the season, plus 16.76 units. So still, man, we're up, but it's been ever since we hit 17.5, it's been up and back. I think our last 4 days we're now 4-4, 2-2, 2-1, and 2-2. So it's not awful. I hope this is as bad as it gets. But looking to try, we're trying to improve some things here, trying to get a really good winning day. The bad hasn't been real bad, but we're trying to be better. That is for sure. We've got a massive NBA slate today. I believe it's 12 games. We've got quite a few teams on some double-doubles. We've got quite a bit of injury news to navigate today. I saw Cade Cunningham is not going through shoot-around. Jalen Duran moved from probable to doubtful. So keeping an eye on the Detroit Pistons game. A lot of things today that we're going to have to navigate this slate. It's a huge slate. Definitely see the possibility of a lot of late ads today. So let's get right into it with the first game. We'll get into the Cade stuff later, but he's questionable. I lean towards he doesn't go. Although when you bet on somebody that's questionable, the good thing is if they don't go, you get the void. I think in the Knicks game, I know Mitch is questionable. Yeah, so Mitch is the big questionable here. I do believe he missed the last game as well, 11-11. Knicks are on a back-to-back. Yeah, Mitch did miss the last game. Probably would lean towards he plays today, but let's go to Underdog and see if there's anything more specific. All I have is the Knicks yet to submit. Curry illness, probable or hopeful to go. Not seeing anything extra on Mitch. Missed the last game. I would lean. He goes today. Back half of the double-double, rested on the front half. Could have some effect on Karl Anthony Towns' rebounds. Not so much as points. Let me pull up my model. Let me see where my projections are for Karl Anthony Towns in this one. I meant to post all of my projections today. I haven't yet. Doesn't mean I won't. Probably try to get that up right after stream. Where are my Knicks projections? Orlando versus New York. 22.15 points are my projections on Karl Anthony Towns. So I think the market number is probably pretty efficient there. Rebounds. Come in at 12-12. I would lean over here. I know it's juicy, but I would lean over here. I know it's juicy, but I would lean over here. Let's go look around the market. He's over in what? 8 of his last 10. He's played 10 games this season. Yeah, let me go shop this line a little bit. Model likes it. Dalton Kincaid won't practice. Okay, I'm not so worried about the NFL right now. No new NBA news. Okay. Joshua Palmer fully practices today. More NFL news. 1 second. I'm letting my odd screen refresh here, and then I'm going to go shop Karl Anthony Towns. Just a heads up, the screen display is messed up, at least on YouTube. It looks like you're on a mobile device. Let me see if I can change that. It's a new thing that StreamYard added. And one of the creators I like to watch on YouTube, I saw the same thing. So, damn, I hate that that's happening. It's a new thing StreamYard has, and to keep it a buck, I don't know how to change it. I was trying to change it on the user end as well. If y'all don't watch him, I forget his that username, but Ty does a YouTube, and he has really good information. I watch it every now and then, and damn, John, I don't know how to fix that, dog. I don't know how to fix that. I hate that that's happening. I know exactly what you mean, but I do not know how to do that. I can't change the orientation now that I'm already in here. Shit. All right, I'll try to have that fixed for the next game, John, or the next tomorrow. Thank you for pointing that out to me, though, because I noticed that on the user profile. So good looking out. All right, let me go back to Karl Anthony Towns. We'll address that tomorrow. Karl Anthony Towns rebounds 10.5. It is the painted number. It's quite juicy. 137s at Rivers, 139s at Caesars and DK. FanDuel's at 146. What's the spread in this game tonight? Knicks are about 4.5-point favorites at home. Now, keep in mind, they are 7-0 at home. 0-3 on the road. You could see who the home competition is, though. I mean, good team that plays hard, really good team, ass. I think we're unsure, ass. Lean towards unsure, but might be okay. Opinion on Tristan Da Silva threes, definitely will get there. Definitely will get there, Night Fox. I don't love the price, but I do love Towns overs. Maybe we just go 1 unit of risk. Let me tell you what I make the edge. So Towns, rebounds. It's not huge. I mean, 7% is literally what I look for, and it's exactly 7% at one book. I'm gonna stay away. 7% sounds like a lot, but I just truly believe cut your edge in half. Now you're at 3.5%. You need about that. 4.2 is what you really need to overcome a prop hold. So that's why I'm at 7.5. Leaving this as a lean, but I definitely lean over Towns rebounds. 100% lean over Towns rebounds. 3-point percentage, 9th versus centers, or is that field goal attempts? Completely different. 25th versus centers, okay. 3-point made, 11th and 6th for power forwards. It depends if Mitch goes on where he'll start. What was the starting lineup last night? I've got to go check now. Did they start Shamit or did they start Hart? What was the starting lineup for New York last night? Looks like they went Bridges, Brunson, OG, Towns, and Shamit, but Shamit only played 21 minutes. Hart played more minutes. Okay. Interesting. Lean over Cat's rebounds. I honestly would lean over his threes as well. Not enough to play it, but I do lean over. If I had to play one side or the other, I would be over. All right, moving on from Cat, Jalen Suggs. Okay, no, he's not next. Mitch, though, no opinion. Goga Batadze, no opinion. Jalen Suggs. Finally got a good minutes bump last game. 28 minutes last game. We've been talking. He's slowly going to build his way up to 30, 32, 33. Looks like he's coming off of 2 days rest. The price is bad. I like him to hit 2 threes, but 162 is probably efficient. Let me see. Suggs, I come in at 2.92. So I do lean over, but I hate the price on that 2+. Let me see what I make that edge, though. I make it like nothing. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Lean over, but the price is probably correct. It's what it should be. So no opinions there. Moving on from Jalen Suggs. Now this is one I've been on and off of all day. There's 25 plus out there for I think FanDuel right now is 25 plus minus 122. Damn, this one moved a decent bit since this morning. I should have released this. I mean, I had the write-up out and everything. I've got a 24.5 minus 125 at Rivers still. At minimum, I'm betting it. At minimum, I'm betting it. If you don't have Rivers, I'm going to shop around. I'll give you my projections too. 26.32. So the 25 plus is a lot better than the 25.5. Yeah, I'm showing a 13% edge at Rivers right now. Showing a 13% edge at Rivers right now. NBA, Knicks, Magic. We can go look at historicals. I'm 90% sure they didn't play this season. No, last game was last season. Player points. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. In there. Okay. Place. But back. Thank God they didn't even take it. Lord have mercy on my soul. Lord have mercy. I tried to put $12,500 on that. No. Save, go. That was a heart attack to start your morning. Good Lord have mercy. Alt lines, I'm seeing minus 120. That's probably MGM, but I knew Rivers would let me get it. MGM's a guessing game, especially on alts. I will go shop other alts, though, for everybody in here. Christ, dude. I mean, phew. Yeah, that would have been not good. Well, I mean, if it would have won, it would have been great. But Lord have mercy, that was I don't like it that much. 1/4, no, thank you. All right, player props, points, 25 plus. Brunson is 120 on MGM. I'm going to assume Hard Rock is very similar. So there's going to be multiple spots you can get this line. FanDuel has moved. They were 122 this morning. I'm going to assume they're around 135 at this point. DraftKings, we can go check. I'm not sure what they'll be at. To record 25. Oh, no, don't play it at Hard Rock. Minus 150. They are taxing. Probably the worst number. I'm going to assume FanDuel's in the mid to high 130s and DraftKings is maybe at 140. Logging in now to check. We've got Rivers and MGM both playable right now. I would love for another book or two to be at a decent price. NBA, Knicks, points. Brunson's 25 is 144 at DraftKings. I don't necessarily love that. Let's go check at FanDuel. I would like to probably be under 135. Anything under 135, I'm good. If not, the 25.5 is fine, but you want to be around even money. 148 at FanDuel, so DK is a little better. That's a Rivers or MGM play there. I try to have as few of those as possible, but at the end of the day, I've got to make the bet. I mean, all right, here we go. Jalen Brunson, good to go. Tracking at 125, there are 120s in the market. Tracking at 125, there are 120s in the market. McBride, nine points last night, but I was curious on if his minutes would go up or not. Looks like Shamet had more minutes. So going to have no opinions here on my WVU guy, but hopefully he has a good night. On to Paolo. We're going to go to the model for this one. Paolo, 24.45 points. Small lean to the over. Assists, I got him at exactly 1. Lean under, but the juice is crazy. Boards, I have him at 9, so we're going to have to look at the boards over. Points/PR overs for Paolo in this one. This is, I think, very dependent, especially the PRs, on with or without Mitch. Makes sense. I got him at 9. He's averaging 9.1. What am I at? What exactly am I at? I'm at 9.23, so I'm actually a little over his average. They're allowing a bunch of threes all over the board, really high in attempts allowed as well. Total rebounds, though, very strong, very strong. Fifth versus fours being power forwards. I lean over points and rebounds, though. Rebounds edge is higher. Already said this in the cord, but Zoe under 2.5 threes and Jeremy over 1.5 threes. Okay. Lonzo under. I don't know what Lonzo's minutes are going to be at today. And then Jeremy, I'm assuming Grant. I don't know any others over 1.5. Jeremy Grant was a wagon for us last year. I cannot lie. I don't think I've made one bet on him this season, but he was a wagon for us. You said Brunson's boards. Where do I come in at Brunson's boards? 3.71 with 8.2 assists. Let me circle back to Brunson real quick. I did not really look at his rebounds or assists. Rebounds, 3.71. If you're looking at the over here, I like it. If you're looking at the over there, I like it. Fuck, I mean, I really could get down on a Brunson PRA over too. If you can't get the 24.5 points, the 33.5 oh, that's a terrible price. The 34.5 PRAs though, multiple good 34.5 PRAs. That's a good pivot as well. Yeah, I lean over Brunson everything, to be honest with you. And then you said neither of those are in this game. All right, cool. Moving on, I do like Brunson PRA overs. I do want to look at Paolo's threes. They allow a bunch. My model leans under, but I could see there being good attempts tonight. I would probably stay away from my under in that one. OG Anunoby, probably pulling a difficult defensive matchup, which is not unlike most nights. I'm really high on OG tonight. Let me see about rebounds. Okay, the rebounds and assists are both juiced high, which brings them closer to my number. But the points, I'm high on his points. Hey, shout outs for all the likes and retweets today, bro. I appreciate all y'all tapping in. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page. Let me give my shout outs. There's also been some ladies too, so I see y'all as well. I appreciate all the likes and retweets from everybody. Shout outs Brett, shout outs Jose, shout outs props.cash, shout outs Night Fox. I appreciate y'all tapping in daily. Also shout outs Winter. Appreciate y'all, man. Really, really appreciate y'all. All right, we're looking at OG here, 15.5, there are 16.5s in the market. Yeah, FanDuel 15, 130 to the over. DraftKings 16, 123 to the under. We've got Rivers at 15. We've got DraftKings, MGM, and Hard Rock at 15. Looks like this line wants to push up, which I think is the right way. Make the line 19. I agree with that, but I think they're still going to try to be cautious just because of his injury history. Like, anything over 30 would shock me. I think even at extended minutes, we see Lonzo in the mid-20s. I truly believe even in extended minutes, just because of his injury history, we see him at the mid-20s. No reason to – he's looked great as a backup point guard. Amazing. So no reason to risk it in a game that in November. If they're resting everybody else, I think they'll be cautious with him. I'm going to leave OG's points over as a lean. RAs as well, but the juice is kind of crazy on those. PRA's model or market's 22.5. I'm at like 27 though, bro. I do really lean over here. The 22.5 is painted here as well, outside of an MGM way off market, but juiced. Yeah, I'll leave this as a lean, but I do lean over PRAs for OG as well. I'm already on the Brunson over points. I lean over basically everything there. I like OG in this spot as well. Franz, market 21.5 on his points. Franz, I come in at 21.25. I'm right with market there. Do slightly lean under his threes. Looking through my model, pretty agreeable with everything here. I do have a slight lean to the over on his rebounds, especially if you get someone off price, like an MGM 110. You'll probably close with a good bit of value there. Actually lean slightly under this number, mostly because of the price. But pretty agreeable with the market lines on Franz Wagner. No real reads there. Desmond Bane, been a question mark for me this year, man. If you've been tapped in with me, I haven't bet him a lot. I think I've bet him one time, and the one time we bet him twice. We bet an under early in the season and cashed it. Then we bet the most recent under 24.5. And he had his best game of the season. I'm at 13.62 points, caught 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Lean over points or assists, but the points under lean is just too real not to pay attention to. There are 17.5s out there. I think I'd be comfortable with the 16.5 minus 0.2. Dude, you're right. He is so volatile. He is. I always have a difficult time spotting him. You're 100% right. Shout outs Bag Talk. Shout outs Jay Bird for the likes and the retweets, man. I appreciate y'all helping me grow the page, man. I appreciate y'all helping me grow the page. All right, I think I'm going to move on from Bane. I definitely lean under. Going to be just one official play here. We're waiting on Mitchell Robinson news. I do like Towns rebounds over, though. That's really about it, though. That's really about it. Let's move on to the Chicago-Detroit game. This one also, a lot of question marks. Cade did not go through shoot-around. Jalen Duran was downgraded. This is their fourth game in 3 days. This is their fourth game in 3 days. No, this is their third. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Third game in 4 days. Yeah, third game in 4 days. That's what I meant to say. Clear rest spot. One thing that I think is fine regardless is probably Giddey RAs. Let me see where I come in at. Let's get to the Detroit Bulls game. Josh Giddey, 8.5 rebounds, 9.5 assists. Lean over the assist line for sure. What was I at points? Giddey, 17.5 points. Would lean under here. They matched up once this season. Giddey had 19 in that game. Being without Duran does open up the paint, though, which will make it a little easier on Giddey to get to the bucket. Injury news is tough in this one to really attack anything. I lean towards Duran doesn't go, though, which would make me not like Giddey's points under, but would make me like his RAs over a little bit more. I'm in around 17.5. Lean over. Don't love it, though. Double-double at 135 might be one of the more fair prices we get all year. Double-double 135, no, really? Double-double 135? Decent chance, no Duran? I think I got to take a flyer on this one out of respect. If Duran goes, it doesn't mean the chance is zero. He hit it in the first game versus them with Duran. Now, Duran did get in foul trouble in that game. I remember that. I believe we bet his under and cashed with these because of it. Okay, 150 at MGM, not 135. Makes more sense. Okay, I'm seeing the best line minus 150 now. I mean, even in a lay, Giddey at 150. I mean, we're never getting a better price. Beautiful lay piece. He's questionable. If he doesn't go, it voids. Giddey double-double is a beautiful lay piece today. Cade, I really don't think he's going. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time there. Duncan could be the product of some additional shots today. I would definitely lean over his threes. Minus 125 at Fanatics is – oh, that's Buzeles. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, 3.5 is a much different line, but much, I think that's where it should be. I really think that's where it should be. Maybe Karis LeVert big day. First game possibly without Cade this year. Karis LeVert seems like a good buy low spot today. You're not even buying that low, but without Cade, 14 is probably closer to true. I would do a usage adjustment, probably. No Cade, maybe 22, 23%. And yeah, I think he gets a noticeable bump there. You're buying no Cade at that point. I don't like this game. Giddey, Cade, Duran, all questionable. Lean towards two of those guys don't go. Lean towards Giddey does go, but still not a really strong lead. Lean, sorry. So yeah, moving on from this Chicago-Detroit game. Nothing from me there. Milwaukee-Chicago, I lean towards Giannis, doesn't go. He's questionable. You see him more often than not be probable there. Lonzo Ball still out. Brandon Miller, not sure what the return was. Last I heard, he was getting a second opinion. Colin Sexton will be a game time decision. This one's also going to get ugly. Jameis Winston will start. Ryan Kalkbrenner downgraded to questionable. Yeah, we're in the Charlotte game. He's on, right? He plays for Charlotte. Yeah, he's questionable now. Hugo Gonzalez, probable. I like an AJ Green threes in this game. We've got minus 04 in some spots. 3-pointers made. Green. 05 at DK. 03 at Rivers. They're allowing the second most points from above the break, mid at best versus pick and roll ball handlers. Versus spot up. Mid at best versus spot up. I think I got to go AJ Green here. Minus 03 at Rivers, but play it wherever you can get it. DraftKings is at 05. Charlotte. Where's my Charlotte projections? Charlotte's playing Milwaukee. Milwaukee Bucks. Why can I not find this? It's the very first thing. I'm an idiot. AJ Green, 3.33. What's it say my edge is? Probably really good. It's not saying it's a great edge. I still absolutely lean over. Con's threes, run Con Knepel's threes back. That might be a good look. I doubt it, though. I'm only at 262. Actually, let me give him a usage adjustment without LaMelo. We could go to popcorn, but let's do this just quick. Let's go 26, especially with Sexton also questionable. 3-point, I don't love this one either, Storch. The line's too high. 3+ as a lay piece, cool, but 4+, not the biggest fan of it. Not the biggest fan of it. The Bucks are really good from above the break, and they're okay versus spot up. So, no, I'm good on that. I really like AJ Green a lot more. John says Knepel and AJ Green. I like Green more. I like Green a lot more. Bridges first quarter could be a play again. That's right. We did run that before. That was one of the 2 first quarters. I think we ran him and Shea once. Haven't been on those much, but I know there's value there. And shop around. Props.cash has this line at 5.5. You might be able to shop around and find a better number. Over in 3 of the 4 without LaMelo. Yeah, I like the Bridges first quarter look a lot. Anything at 5.5 or lower, I definitely like a lot. Like better than the full game. Yeah, I like the first quarter a lot better than the full game line at 23.5. I will say model leans are over for Giannis. I just don't know. I lean towards he doesn't play. I am at 36 points, though. So if he does go, 31.5 is laughable versus this team. If he does go, it's like an easy 35. He should walk to 35. Not yet. I will look at Con's PRAs. Don't like his threes as much, but I'll look into his PRAs. And AJ Green threes, I definitely do like at 2.5. Not a huge model projection, but I like it personally. All right, I definitely like Giannis's points over. I just lean towards he's not playing, but do we grab it just to have the value in case he does? I think we play it at FanDuel just in case he goes, and if he doesn't, we're cool. You know what I mean? We take the over 31.5, 118 at FanDuel. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he does it. Over in every game where they won by 10 or more, I'm cool with this. It's 114 at FanDuel. All right, got that in. Let me get that out. I lean towards he doesn't go, but if he, whatever. Would rather have it and void it. All right, got that in there. Really like the Giannis overs. Storch asked about Knepel's PRAs, so let me just go 21.19 points. So points, yes, I like points better than threes. Rebounds, 8.64. Wow, he's been boarding recently. Yeah, I like that. Assists, 3.83. We're basically with market there. PRs probably would lean more at 24.5, 115 MGM. PRs would be the closest thing for sure, Storage. I hate that this game could easily get away from them, but if Giannis doesn't go, it's a completely different story. If Giannis doesn't go, it is a completely different story. FanDuel's 24.5, 130. Rivers is 24.5. No, MGM is 24.5, 120. Hard Rock 25.5. If no Giannis, would I take Miles Turner's boards? It's a better look because he shouldn't be on a stretch 5. Let me see where I come in my projections. I'm at 5.7. Subtract Giannis, and maybe you're at like 6.5. I'm not sure what the line is. Haven't looked at it yet. Maybe. I'll say maybe. We'll look into it more. I'm going to finish up this Knepel read because I think I do like the PR over. I'm going to run the PR over at MGM right now. Also available on Hard Rock and FanDuel. I'm going to have to move some money around, so just bear with me here. We're going to the Charlotte Bucks game. Players, combos, points plus rebounds, minus 120. Let me deposit a little something in here. All right, now let me get this in. Give me 1 second. All right, now let me get this out. Just PRs. Projections are, one moment. Projections are 21, 29.85. 29.85. So very, very, very large edge. About 1.5 on each one of those lines. Good to go, good to go, good to go. 3 different books at that line. If you got to play the 25.5, it's fine. But DK does offer the alts on the PRs as well. So I like 25 plus there more than anything. But 25.5 is still good to go. We had a request. Miles Turner's boards. Miles Turner's boards without Giannis. I lean over right now because of the juice, but I think the line is probably about correct. Now, if Giannis doesn't go, I do think you close well. I think you close closer to like even money opposed to plus 122. So if that's the risk you're willing to take, I think if Giannis does go, though, you're not going to necessarily close very well. So no opinion on Miles Turner for me, especially on the rebound side of things. 14.72 on his points. I think the more value might be on his points. I lean points over with Giannis. Without Giannis, he probably gets up a few more field goal attempts. So Miles Turner points might be the better play if you have some conviction on running him. Again, I lean towards Giannis doesn't go. I know I bet his over, but that's, we void if he doesn't go. I forgot to add Giannis to the banner. That's my fault. All right. Anything else from y'all in this game? Sexton is also questionable. I do like the Bridges first quarter read. I would rather play the first quarter than full game. But outside of that, nothing more from me in this game. I will say AJ Green's threes was also like very close. I really like AJ Green to hit 3 threes today. Do I run this as well? I'm going to leave it as a lean for now, but very strong lean over to the AJ Green threes. Memphis, Boston. Let's see what the injury news is here. Jerome, Pippen, Clark out. Edie and Javon Smalls, another WVU player. And then Tatum out for Boston. Boston's looking pretty healthy here. Initial thoughts, if any. We just ran a jaw under Madison Square Garden. Boston, Memphis. I'm at 17.42, still seeing an edge to the under. I'm at 7.74 assists and 4.77 rebounds. So pretty agreeable there, but the points I'm definitely leaning under. Let's go to the market. Basically, everyone's 20.5. Fanatics is 21.5, but everywhere else is 20.5. I'm still good with that under. 0.8 at FanDuel, 0.2 at DraftKings. I might have to run that 0.2 at DraftKings. Under 20.5 minus 0.2. Anthony Simons threes. We cashed it yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me pull up my model. I don't have him in the starting lineup. If we have model support here, it's a no questions asked run, possible ladder. And I'm circling back to Jaws under. Don't think I'm not, but this is one of our go-tos. Simons versus drop. So yeah, good call, good call, good call. Boston, Memphis. Let me put Simons here. 319. Good enough for me. Yes. Simons overs, yes. Simons over threes, yes. Got a 118 at FanDuel. That's why I'm playing it. If you're just now joining in, first of all, drop a like, drop a retweet. Appreciate y'all. Second of all, everything I've played's down there at the bottom except Anthony Simons over 2.5 3-pointers made. I'm checking right now. It's better if you go 3+. It's minus 115. Over 2.5 is minus 118. I'm going 3+. Okay, we're good. 115 if you go 3+. One second, I got to get this out, and then I'll get it into the banner. At everyone, projections. All right, let me get that out on a banner. Yes, absolutely. Who called that out? Who called that one out? Shakur, yeah. Anytime we see that drop coverage versus Boston, yes. Yes. Good deal. What other comments do we have here? Jock Landell's boards or PRs. I'm a C's fans, and boards have been an issue. Facts. Can squeeze minus 115. Oh, yeah, good look. Good look. Good look, John. Yes, sir. We're on the same page. Good looking. Good looking. Yeah, we'll look at Landell's PRs in this one. I agree with you 100%. Boards have been an issue. But love him and Jackson trying to play drop versus our guy. Jackson, this line is just super efficient. He's going to fall somewhere between 15 and 20 tonight. I put him at 17.03 with 5.8 boards. Pretty close to market. If you have FanDuel your way, under 22.5 in this is like a lock. It's like a lock. You should lay it every single day. And you can lay it with 15+. He's a very consistent player, very consistent. You know what you're getting out of him about every night. You're getting 15 to 22 every night, and these are my favorite players to bet on. Jock Landell's points / rebounds. Rebounds line looks inflated. Books no. It's called 11.5 points and 5.5 boards on the nose. Lean over points. I do like the 15+, Primo. I do like the 15+. It's a good spot. I lean over more points than rebounds, but you're right. Boston will definitely leak boards to bigs, and Jaren Jackson. We know Jaren Jackson Jr. is not going to get them. I would leave it as a lean over. I like the points a little bit more, but I think you're on the right track there. I agree with you there. All right, back to Jaw because I do want to run his under. Just I had to get Simons in there. That was a no-brainer. DraftKings 21.5 minus 125. I'm going to DraftKings and playing that. I've got, hold on, Profit X is at 110. Let's go see what the liquidity is there. I'm running this under either at Profit X or DraftKings. Rivers is probably about 127 on that under. Fanatics is also there. NBA, Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, there's $43 of liquidity. Sorry, you guys, I'm taking it all. Probably just pissing off a syndicate that's trying to keep that line. 43.46. Confirming match results. They got it. All right, good. Now let me go see if I can get it. Fanatics is a joke. I don't even want to risk that. Go to DraftKings. Looks like DraftKings just moved, so I might play this and not release it. I just hate I would still play it at 20.5. I'm at 17.5. I just think if we're patient, we might get that 21.5. But what worries me is there's a big company called ETR that releases projections every day at like 4. And I would bet my bottom dollar they're going to project him around 18. I've got $43 on it. Do I want to get a little more on the 20.5? Oh, wait, more liquidity at Profit X. I'm literally just pissing off somebody that's trying to hold the line right now. But I don't need a whole lot. So just keep giving me a little bit and I'll keep taking it. Sorry, this is more behind. How many times can I hit him for $43? Oh, I'm pissing someone off right now. All right. Okay, now there's a bunch of liquidity on the under. I'm going to go hit it for 111. Yes, there's plenty of liquidity there. All right. If you have Profit X, there's plenty of liquidity now. I definitely just pissed someone off, which is hilarious. But yeah, let's see. 20.5, 20.5, 20.5. If you have a Fanatics, run it now. If you don't, I'm going to release this later when the market settles. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to waste any more time on it. Jaylen Brown crushed us last night, 24. Really terrible start. 2 points in the first quarter, 5 points in the second quarter. He had 7 at half and finishes with 24. Super inefficient. We should have cashed that. We deserved it last night, but I digress. Storch, don't worry about that for now. We're not worried about Jaw for now. We'll get a 21.5. I'm sure of it. JB. This is what I wanted to go look at. See, they play the drop as well, so it should be good for JB as well. We can go points more so than under in both back-to-backs this year. Not a good look. Looks like they've got blown out or blew someone out. Let's go look into that a little bit. They blew someone out and got blown out, so you can't get a good read from there. I guess you could see 15 points in 24 minutes. So he wasn't even playing that great. Line's too high at 26.5. I don't want anything to do with it. I make it 29, but nah, I'm cool. I definitely wouldn't play the under, but I feel like my 29 is a little too high off the back-to-back. And no, if this were like 24.5, I'm running this over all day. But this line's too high for me. I'm cool. I'm absolutely cool. Celtics are 6.5-point favorites at home in this game. 6.5-point favorites at home in this game. Derek White's over in 2 straight as points. We've cashed the under a couple times this season on him, but I don't think tonight's the way to attack him. Only thing I'm going to have here is Anthony Simons for sure. Already ran it. I did personally bet John Morant's under at Profit X, but if you don't have Profit X, I'm not going to track it. They have minus 111 though. They still have $530 of liquidity. So not fair to release it though. If there was 5,000, I probably would. All right, moving on from this game, going to Cleveland versus Miami. Cleveland versus Miami. Injury news. Mobley out. Strus out. Garland re-aggravated his toe out. Larry Nance questionable. Mitchell out. Bam out. Hero out. Obviously, Rozier's out. I had a lot of requests on Lonzo today. We've talked about with everybody out. I do think he gets a minutes bump. 1.5 threes place is crazy. It's hard for me to spot here. I do think he's going to be around 25 minutes. I did do some model adjustments before I shipped this morning. I have him at 6 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Lean over PRs. What's his points at? No, just lean over rebounds, but he's hard to spot. I wouldn't play overs or unders for him today. I think Allen should have a big game with everybody being down. He will go up versus Khalil Ware, another 7-footer. Hard for me to back him, though. I don't know where the offense is coming from in this one. I guess Lonzo. Davion Mitchell, though, also a very good defender. So it's not like Lonzo's walking into a cakewalk today. Model is over on Norman Powell. I think I'm at like 25-26. Let me confirm that. Yeah, 25.89. So I would definitely lean over here. They're down a lot of pieces. A few 22.5s to the over out there, but the market's pretty much painted 23.5. Would lean over. Don't love it. But that one's a pretty strong lean to the over, not going to lie. 22.5, 114 at Rivers, 115 at Fanatics. A lot of other books are 23.5. FanDuel is super juiced to that under, though. Never bet on Pallel Larson before, but my model has him at 12.38 points and exactly 3 threes made, or was that rebounds? Hold on. Sorry, 0.18 threes, exactly 3 boards. Never mind. I've got him at 12 points. Over in every game without Bam. Minutes have been stuck right there. Points have been, or usage has been stuck right there. Does anyone have a reason not to play him? Model support, market support, man. I don't know. This one's close. He had 10 in the matchup versus Cleveland this year, 0 for 2 from 3, 26.5 minutes, 19% usage percentage, 8 field goal attempts. His last 3 have kind of boomed. Boomed while also going down in each. All right. I definitely lean over here as well, but probably not official. Sam Merrill 3s make sense to me in this one. I'm not paying 144 on the 3.5. It's too juiced, but I would lean over there as well. Let's move on to the Portland versus Pelicans game. We got a lot of shit in this one as well. Zion, Jordan Poole, DeJounte Murray. Henderson's out. Thibault's still out. Immediate thoughts. Someone did ask about a Jeremy Grant. Price is crazy. I do think we continue to see his usage rise right here. So I'm not mad at Jeremy Grant. Overs. Sadiq Bey, that line's higher than it has been. Yeah, that price is crazy. Trey Murphy going to have a crazy usage percentage the next couple games. Denny, we just played this at 22. Now it's 24. Let's go to the model. New Orleans Pelicans. All right, Denny, I'm at 27.75 points, so I still lean over that 24.5. That's about the biggest edge I see for Denny. I do lean over for Drew, though, as well. I come in at about 18 for Drew. Pelicans are a bad team, obviously. I think they're a 1-win or 2-win team. Spread in this game is Portland minus 8.5. I do like Denny over 24.5. That line just seems to be getting a little too high, even with the markets, the model support. What are your thoughts on Lonzo's points under Merrill 3 after bricks 2 days ago? I didn't even see these comments. I do like Merrill's 3s over. I do lean over there. Don't like the price. We'll look into Shaden Sharp's points. What's my thoughts on Lonzo's points under? I would lean under. I think I said my model's around 7. Biggest fear there is spotting minutes correctly. Biggest fear there is spotting minutes correctly. We had a thought on Sharp. We'll definitely go over Sharp in this one, and we'll see where I come in at. Shaden Sharp, 23.77 points, 2.32 3-pointers made. So I definitely lean over the points. Definitely lean over the points. Would love to see his minutes be a little bit higher, but the usage percentage is crazy. I don't know. Sharp's tough. I like Sharp and I like Denny. I like both overs. Little lean to Drew's overs too. Pelicans defense is just so bad though. I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all. Defense is really bad. This doesn't surprise me at all. I like Denny, Shaden Sharp, and Drew Holiday's points all over in this one. We just got a Twitter alert. My 5 new notifications. Okay, Ja Morant, questionable. Fuck! That line's gone. That line's gone as fuck. Fucking fuck. Fucking fuck. All right, if he does play, we're never getting 21.5. He probably doesn't play, so that shit just voids. It's cool. Lakers, LeBron practiced today. Edie's now doubtful. And that's all we got. Any new likes and any new retweets? Hey, Shakira, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate all the retweets. All right, if you didn't get that Ja Morant, don't worry about it. He's not going anyways. What else did I bet in the Memphis game? Nothing on the Memphis side. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Honestly, Simons will probably get more minutes in a blowout, so I'm chilling off of that. Back to the Portland game. Y'all, I'll just leave you with this. Let me see where I'm at Grant. But the other 3, I definitely lean over. I've got Grant coming off of the bench. Portland. Plug him in for Denny. See where he's at today. I am a little over there, but not as much as the other guys. Sharp is the guy you've been watching all season because of his usage rate. His shooting seems to be running into form last 5. Sharp is my favorite of those 3 as well. It's the largest projection, the largest difference. Denny's the largest projection, but that 24.5, I don't know why. Hard for me to get over that 25 hump for him. I know he's done it several times. Averaging 25.5 over in 4 straight. If this were slightly lower, I think if this were 23.5, I'd be on it. But at the current price, I'm cool. I think Shaedon Sharpe over is my favorite of those 3, but I'm not making any of those 3 official. But Shaedon Sharpe's overs would be my favorite of those 3 plays. Rebounds and assists. Clingan at 10.5. Pelicans have no bigs, though. Clingan, I come in at 9.02. I lean under here. Oh, 9.5, yeah. I lean under still a little bit, but the no bigs definitely worries me. Derek Queens looked good in limited minutes. I don't have any opinions there, though. Let me just bust through the rebounds real quick and see if I have any. Lean under Denny. Lean under Drew. It's hilarious. I mean, I basically lean over for every point for the starters and rebounds under. So, nothing official else in this game. Let me go through assists and threes real quick. See if anything stands out. Where do I come at Drew? Drew's at 2.5. I'm at 2.76. It's not a large lean to the over. Jeremiah Fears, 1.5 plus money. No, that's probably straight. Denny, I'm at 2.6 at plus money maybe, but Shaedon Sharpe, 2.5, 2.3. No, I lean over his points. Actually would lean under his threes. All right, nothing official in the Portland versus Pelicans game. Washington, Houston, we just got to keep it a buck. Y'all know 16.5. I got nothing for you. I'm cool. We move. All right, Golden State, San Antonio. Golden State coming off a back-to-back. I saw that Curry wants to play. Clearly did not look good last night. Also didn't play a lot of minutes, though. No one, I said this earlier in today's show, no one will pull their starters faster than Steve Kerr. We got 20 minutes out of Steph last night. Got a bunch of shot ups in that 20 minutes, 13 field goal attempts in 20 minutes. That game obviously didn't go the way that I thought. I thought it would be more competitive. I thought, Steph would play better. We had his over. Missed on that yesterday. Am I backing him today? I don't think so. Yeah, it's a tough matchup for Czar versus the Rockets. They're no longer starting double bigs, but it's a tough matchup, bro. I don't ask John about that one. John, what do you think about Czar? Because I don't have an opinion. I know you've been the Czar whisperer this year. John, what you think about Alexander Czar's RAs? Because for me, I got nothing. I got nothing for you in that game. Washington is by far the closest NBA team to me, and I hardly keep up with them. Castle's assists in this game. Interesting read. We will look into it. Let's go game by or player by player here in Golden State, and then we can progress through this. I lean over. You're hearing that correctly. Over Wembanyama's points. I'm 0-2 on his unders this year. If you can't beat him, join him. Golden State versus San Antonio. Lean over. Think he's good for about 25. Do I think it's valuable to the over? Probably not. Rebounds. Hey, Chef, appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate the like, brother. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, every single one of you. Y'all ought to be tapping in on the daily. I'm definitely starting to learn y'all's names too. Wemby, threes, under, rebounds, slight over, but really nothing. Assists under. Do I like the assists under? Not really. Going Going to be a no play here for me and with Wemby. I know Horford's questionable, so keep an eye on that. Let's get into De'Aaron Fox. How many? Third, fourth game? This will be his third game. 24-21 in the two previous. Now we're getting a 20.5 line. I only have a couple games to play with, but my model projections are 23.48, which is probably a little over his season average. Obviously benefits from not being the first line of or the first option anymore. Hard to leave Wemby in any kind of pick and roll. Plays right into his hands. You've got an over 19.5 at Hard Rock. Everywhere else is 20.5. But I'm assuming the FanDuel 20 plus is very well priced. They're minus 0.2 on the 20.5. Going to shop the John says he doesn't like the RAs versus Houston. Like his rebounds better than anything. Rebound under. Yeah, rebound under versus Houston does make sense. Rebound under versus Houston does make sense. I need to get to the San Antonio game. Now, 128, they tripping. I'd just take the I would just take the 20.5 0.2 at that price. Spurs. $135, they're tripping. MGM. Close. Sacramento game. No. Spurs game. Sacramento was last season. Sorry about that. Player props, 20 plus. Fox is 120. De'Aaron Fox, 120, 20 plus. Yeah, I'm going to run this 20 plus at MGM. Rivers is at 125. I believe you got 128 at FanDuel, 135 at DK. I wouldn't play it at DK, to be honest with you. Yeah, bro, I got a Discord. I'll get you a freebie in there. I'm about to as soon as my site goes live, I'm about to launch. Site is very close. I mean, next to done. I'll show y'all a sneak preview of the site. And this will be cool too, because y'all that be tapped in on the daily, you'll be able to keep in track with the projection. So if I share this real quick, I've got players, projections, and you're able to edit this. So like if there's a player out and you think Giannis is, just for example, going to have a 45% projection usage, it'll go up. Or, if he thinks he's going to get double at 22, it'll give you it'll adjust. So that's almost ready. We'll be bringing that to market very soon. I need to bet this, though. So let me get this. De'Aaron Fox, Sacramento. 6 assists and a lay piece. Yeah, I like the 6 assists. I like the 6 assists as a lay. Also, we've got the double-double, DraftKings double-double boost, the Shaq boost. So we got to use that today as well. All right, let me get Fox bet released out, and then we can move. All right, there's that. Now let's do this. Also available, or no, Hard Rock was juiced. Don't go to Hard Rock. Let's go here. FanDuel, DraftKings, Rivers, all of those books are playable, though. All of those books are playable. Honestly, I think the 20 and a half is fine, too. But at 120, it just doesn't make sense not to grab that. All right, moving on from Fox. Well, not even moving on. Let's look at his rebounds and assists. I want to look at this again with Wemby. Last 10, over in 6 of 10. Assists, under in each of the games last year. Oh, and then if you look at these three were as an opponent, not as a teammate. So just looking at these right here. Points is what I'm good with, though. De'Aaron Fox over 20 plus, over 20 and a half, both good to go there. Next, Stephon Castle's assists was a request. Been diamond the shit out of the ball recently. Let me go to my model here. Castle. Golden State, Stephon Castle, assists. I lean over, but I'm at 8.54. If for me personally, the 7.5 is better value, but the 6.5 could definitely be a lay piece, and I'm at 8.5. Who requested this? Did you mention a lean underjaw, or did you play it? It's a lean for now, Calvin. I did bet it on Profit X, but there was not very much liquidity, so I didn't release it as an official play. But I did just see that he was announced questionable, so I lean towards he doesn't even play at this point. That being said, I played the 21.5 at Profit X. 20.5 is still good. I haven't projected at about 17.5, giving you 3 points. But just recently added to the injury report, so I lean he does not go. Yeah, so getting back to Castle, love him as a lay piece. Honestly, 7.5 straight is still, in my opinion, playable. A 6.5, 130. Hold on, let's go shop just to make sure there's not a really good number out there. Okay, yeah, no. If there were a 130, I'd play that straight. Now we're up into the 150s and whatnot. So I like it as a lay piece at 7 plus. I like the 8 plus as a straight. Would lean there. It's not quite enough of an edge for me. I'm only at about 4%. I like to be a little higher, but my model is at 8.5. So I would lean over there. No questions asked. Steven Castle's assists. Rebounds and points, however, let's look into it. Castle's points, I'm at 18.5 low key. I lean under his rebound. Oh, that's threes. No opinion on his rebounds. I normally don't bet Castle points over. Wow. I like the PAs, bro. So my PA number is 18.4 plus 8.54. So let's call that 6. So let's call that 19. So let's call that 27. What's the market number? 23.5. I think I would go Castle PAs. I would like Castle's PAs a lot more. Is it a tough matchup for him? So, according to, let's see this. Rubber Band Robber. Hey, appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate all the retweets. I know you tapped in on the daily, so I appreciate that. Everything I played is down here at the bottom. I got to get some unders on this joint, too. I got to get some unders out today. This is crazy. I will say coming into today, though, I did make a few of these totals higher than market, so that makes sense. And I did want to run Jaws under, but I think he's out now, so that there is an under sprinkled in there, just not releasable. I'm going to the Props.Cash mobile site to see. I know he scores a brick of his points in the restricted area. You got to remember, though, Wemby is so big, it's really hard to do anything about it. You can't pack the paint versus this team. I have Golden State 12th net in the restricted, 7th over the last 10, though, so they played like one extra game. Okay. Must have just not done well in the very first game. Last 10, 7th in the restricted. And I've got him scoring 46% of his points there. Let's go look at some defensive stuff here on the right. Man, Castle's PA is close. Castle's PA is very close. Hey, Lat, make sure you DM me because everybody's got different names in this shit. I don't know who's who. So make sure you DM me and I'll get you a free trial. Damn. Model, yes. Market confident. I've got 118 at FanDuel and DK. Well, appreciate you tapping in, bro. What's going on? What's going on? Everything's good, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Everything we've played so far is down there at the bottom. Appreciate you tapping in. If you have any requests, just throw them up there. If we've gone by it, I'll still circle back briefly. Hope all's good with you as well, brother. I appreciate it. I'm really stuck on Castle here. Am I running this PAs over? I got Rax yesterday. Appreciate the retweet, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate you helping me go to brand. Man, this is tough. I think I just bet it and forget it. Model projection say yes. 118, going once, going twice, sold. I'm hitting the PAs over. Shout outs to whoever requested this one. It was someone requested his assists. Shakur, shout outs. I like the PAs better. Spurs, Warriors, combos, points plus assists. Okay, let me get that in there. First, let me get that out, actually. Huge slate today. Cool. Let me get that up here, and then we will move. Praying for a competitive game tonight. Praying for a competitive game in this one. Cool. All right, we move on from Castle. Definitely like the PA looks. Good looks on the assists. I went PAs, but yeah, I definitely fuck with that. All right, moving on from Stephon Castle, Curry. Hard for me to back tonight. Line's 23.5. I'll tell you what my projections are. 23.97, right with market. Don't see any value there. Probably lean under his assists. I'm at just 3. Yeah, he's only over this in 2 games this season. Okay, so no, I agree with that. But I am going to run Curry's assists under. Let me just make sure of something. Middle of the pack. Yeah, I'm good with this Steph Curry under 4.5 assists as well. 125 FanDuel DK, 120 MGM, 118 Rivers. Playing the 18, but it's good everywhere. Curry under 4.5 assists. All over this game. Steph Curry. That was points. Hold on. Assists under 4.5, 118. Model projections heavily lean under in his last game versus San Antonio. That was with extended minutes. Over in the previous two last year, but much different team on each side of the ball. So I'm good with the under 4.5 there. Oh, I got to add that to the banner. Going to be a massive slate. All right, we move on. Curry under 4.5 assists, points and rebounds and threes, nothing else. Harrison Barnes line is 9.5. I make it 13. What's he done since Fox has returned? 7 in the last one. He had a really good run here. I think it was really efficient, though. I mean, we talked about it. Over 50%, some really efficient games here. 3-point percentage, some really efficient games here. Model would lean over, but I'm going to keep it as just a lean. Been super efficient. Can't expect that from him all the time. Seems to be some turmoil with the Golden State team with Jonathan Kuminga. Doesn't seem that they're happy with the effort that he's giving. Let me see where my model projections are because I could get behind and under here. 14.7 on his points. So there's a lean to the under, but it's not good. Rebounds, I come in at 5.7 boards and exactly 3 assists. So I would lean under PRs here. Under 22.5 is pretty widely available. What do I make this? $19.5. I make it 19.5. You can play an under 22.5. 19.5, and you can play an under 22.5. Do I go Jonathan Kuminga under his PRs right here? Does he pull Barnes tonight? We have to think how they're going to match up. He could have Devin Vassell. Yeah, I know. The under 22.5 PRs for Kuminga does look solid. We've got model support there as well. Giannis officially listed out, so if you didn't bet that, don't bet it. He's out. You can just pardon me, ignore that completely. Giannis is officially out. Okay. So don't worry about that. We did bet his over, but he's out, so that'll just void. I'm going to run this under 126 at DK. I'm going to run this Kuminga under 126 at DK. Points plus rebounds. Jonathan Kuminga. Nope, you need to do points plus rebounds over under. Okay, I just bet it. Got a lot of plays in this game specifically. 4 plays. There's multiple 125s out there, but this was just the easiest for me to do. So 125 is available at ESPN and is available at Fanatics. Projections. Let me just get a legit projection. Like Curry not listed on the injury report. So definitely bet this now. That could affect this. Make sure you bet this now, bet this now, bet this now. And then I'm going to go back and get the projections. But yes, this should be bet. Okay, Kuminga 14.79 plus 5.69. Kuminga listed questionable. Fuck! Well, still bet it, but that shit's probably fucking gone. I mean, that he's not going to play. Still bet it in case he does, but he's not going to play. I'll put it on the banner, but man, I loved that line. I'll put it up in case he does play, but I doubt he does. That was going to close really well with Steph. That's all right. I digress. All right. Kuminga's gone. This line's going to be locked. Jimmy Overs is probably a really good play today. I think Jimmy Overs, once it reopens, he's going to come into this game motivated. They couldn't have just waited a minute, bro. They couldn't have just waited a minute to drop that news on me. Okay, moving on. That game's going to be locked up now anyways. Phoenix versus Dallas. Let's go look at the injury news. We've already got a brick of plays out. Lively is a game-time decision. So is Anthony Davis. We can look at some shooters here, but going to be hard to attack anything else. Dylan Brooks is back. Royce O'Neal. He had 4 threes last game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're a pretty good team from above the break. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, they are. They are. Number 1 versus spot up. Number 4 versus above the break scoring. Would be the place to play an under on Royce O'Neal. I don't know if I can do it, but would be the place to run an under. We're getting a really good line. I mean, it's not like they allow 0. Would be hard for me to back him today, though. Now, what I think they struggle at is this line feels high for his last 3 games, but they struggle versus pick and roll ball handlers, and he should have the ball in his hands a bunch. I actually slightly lean under, but I'd be afraid to play it. I'm at 6.18 on his 3 assists. What's the market at? Okay. Draymond rebounds post is probable. That I'm sure most of those lines are locked up, so we can come back and look at that at the end of the stream. Lean under book PAs, but I don't have the balls to play it. What's the spread in this game? This is ass on ass crime right here. Pick them. Yeah, I mean, just ass versus ass. Does Phoenix allow a bunch of threes? No, average. What do we think about a Max Christie threes over, though? What do we think about a Max Christie threes over, though? 138, 135. I lean over Christie threes. I do lean over Max Christie threes. Super juicy. Rivers isn't open yet. Lean over Max Christie threes. Oh, John said he plays that. Books assists. Yeah. I do like Max Christie's threes in this one. Little pricey, but I do like it. Would not be upset with a 3+. He had 4. Most of these are, matter of fact, all of these are in LA as a Laker. His first game with the Mavericks versus them, 37 minutes, 4 made, 5 attempted, crazy conversion. Phoenix has had a lot of turnover. So both of these teams are very different. I don't pay too much attention to that last year stuff. Am I missing the attempts? Here they are. I do think he's good for 5 or 6 attempts tonight. Man, I like Christie's threes. I do. Price is a little higher than I want it to be, but hold on. NBA underdog, post, probable. Oh, who said that? Shout outs, Professor X. Shout outs, Professor X. Max Christie threes, I'm going to leave as an over lean. Price is a little high for me, but I think he gets there. Price is a little high for me, but I think he gets there. Nothing's jumping out to me. We've got some questionables on the Dallas side of the ball. Max Christie, points, assists, not really assists. Model likes the assists. I don't so much. Max Christie, points and threes over are definitely strong leans for me, though. Max Christie, points and threes over are strong leans for me, though. All right, now let's get into my Lakers versus OKC. Lakers will lose this game. The question is by how much. They are 7-point dogs. OKC's off a back-to-back. 7 feels a little light, and I'm a huge Lakers fan. But I don't know. Sometimes, like, they'll go lose to Atlanta. They'll be down 10 at half versus Charlotte, and then they might fuck around and keep this one close versus OKC. I don't know. It's not a good Luka game. I don't think OKC will play the drop versus Luka. Is Dort playing? I like it even more without Dort. Dort's an incredible defender. I'm 99.9% sure. Is this J-Dub? Con Canepo, that was 24.5 PRs, right? Not 34.5 PR. Yeah. I'm not tripping on that line, right? Did I type it up wrong? Yeah, it's Con Canepo over 24.5 PRs. What do I think I have it typed right. Let me check. What do I have? Con Canepo over 24.5. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Over 24.5 PRs. Why? What's it at now? Wow. Yeah, no, this was 24.5. I guess MGM is still there. I don't understand why that's moved so much. We just played that on stream. Yeah, that's moved a brick, dog. I don't know. We played that on stream. He's at 34.5 PRs? No. That can't be. He has moved up to like 25, 26. Are you sure you're looking for the right guy? Yeah. Okay. It has moved, but yeah, not 10 points. Yeah. It's moved a little bit on stream. I bet what that means is Sexton isn't going. That would be my assumption. That was the second play we went into. But, yeah, that was 24.5 while we were on stream. So it has moved a lot. Yeah, but, yeah, 34.5. I was going to say, bro, if it moved that far, we're just middling. We're just betting the under at that price. At that price. Yeah, I thought you were tripping. Yeah, it better be plus 400. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, we got that straightened up. It did move a little bit. Yeah, it has moved in our way, but not that much. Yeah, that would be crazy. John says Ayton under points. We'll look into that for sure. Let's get back to the Lakers game. Yeah, Vale just gave me a little heart attack there. I mean, it'd have been a good thing, but I might have fried my book at that price. All right, he says Ayton under points versus OKC. Double big lineup. I could see that. We go to the model. No, my model still likes the over a little bit. My model still likes the over a little bit. I wouldn't bet the over. But my model still does lean over there a little bit. Let's go check rebounds. 8.5 is the market line. I make it 7.35. Now, you could get me on a rebounds under. Especially with the juice to the over. Let's go look at this. I do lean under Ayton's boards. For sure. Smart 2+ threes. I could get behind that. I'll look into it. I saw he's in the starting lineup tonight. Jake Landale. Is that questionable news or a request? Because he plays for Memphis, right? Yeah, Memphis. Is that a request or is that injury news? I don't have anything from Underdog, but if you got a beat writer and you got something, let us know. I saw Braun got shipped to the G League. He's going to go practice down there for a couple. That's good. I think he's back in a week or two. I think Braun's back in a week or two. I think this was Ayton head-to-head. Yeah, this Ayton boards under looks good for me. At 25.5 PRs. Let me give you my projections. I think I'm at 27. I'd still want about 2 points. So 29. Oh, yeah. I still like it at 25.5. I'm at 29. I'm still all over that. Yeah. Still like it at 25.5 for sure. Am I running Ayton's rebounds under? That is the question, and I wanted to do this. I mean, he's over versus Minnesota, over versus San Antonio. I'll probably leave Ayton's rebounds under as a lean, but I do definitely lean that way. Okay, let's move on to Chet. Chet, I am at, wrong button here. 19 points. I think that means we have an edge to the over, right? 19. Pretty strong. Market 16.5 juiced or 17. He should draw the Rui matchup, which I would like it better if he had the Ayton matchup. But if they go double big, I like this less. So I'm going to stay off of this. Rui's not as... The reason I would like it with Ayton, even though Ayton's a very good rim defender, is I think we'd be able to get an extra 3 or 2 out of Chet, which could move the needle for us late. Points, a little less impressed with, although I will say my model leans over. Let's go see rebounds. If I have a lean there, no, I'm right with the market. I was going to say maybe if I had a points and rebounds lean to the over, I would look at PRs. But no, I'm pretty efficient with market here. Honestly, would lean under at the price here. Now, as a Lakers fan, I will say they do struggle to get out and defend. They will collapse on the paint. So with Shea, I mean, honestly, Shea's assists might be a good look on here because they will collapse with the paint. I assume Marcus Smart starts there. So yeah, assists for Shea could definitely be a spot. But Chet, I'm going to have nothing official. You asked about Ayton's PRA unders. I actually lean over points. I don't love it, but my model leans to the over, so that's why I'm staying off. But rebounds under is very strong for me. Okay, moving on from Chet Hardenstein, 11 points. I think my model was at 13, so again, we're going to see a small lean over, but nothing official for me. Let's go to the rebounds. 10.19. I mean, I guess I would lean under, but with the juice on the under, it's pretty efficient. Gonna have nothing for Chet in this one. Luka, I'm at 32.05 points, so really right with market. I would not run that over. Come in at 9.08 boards. So I don't really see value. Even at the 8.5 minus 130, I don't see a lot of value. And I'm at 8.5 assists as well. So I'm right with market here. I think they've got Luka fairly efficient in this one. I don't think you're going to see them defend Luka how they defend a lot of other point guards. I am at 4.4 3-pointers made, so probably a decent edge. He's got special characters, so I'd have to go fix it. I don't feel like doing all that. Jake Laveria, gotcha. Yeah, Laveria, gotcha. That is a Laker, yes. My model likes Luka's threes over. I think he's going to see blitzed, or at least at minimum, a hard hedge from either Hart or Chet, and then you're going to see the roll from Ayton, which is probably what keeps me off of Ayton's points additionally. The more I think about it, actually Ayton's points over is making more sense. Model agrees with it. I think you're going to see a little bit defensive. And OKC will switch up their defensive strategies too. I mean, there's a reason they're defending champions. I think they're going to make it difficult on Luka in this one. Might be a good. All right, we had a request on Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes. It's plus money. What's my number? 145. Now, I'm basically with market. I do like that there's a plus sign in front of it. I think we do see some minutes bump here. He played, 36 in that last game. I think we're going to start seeing more 30-point performances out of Smart. 30-point. I don't think we're seeing that. 28, 29, 30-plus minutes, though, I do think we start seeing out of Smart. OKC will leak threes, especially in the corners. It's a good read, man. I don't have model support on it, but it's a good read. And increased minutes, trapping on Luka. And it makes a lot of sense, too. If they trap Luka, guard's going to help. That's going to leave Smart wide open. And he's not really someone who's going to cut to the basket. He's like 6'2", 6'3". Yes, Luka blitz, exactly. So, yeah, I'm good with it. Yeah, Val, half a unit. Yeah, absolutely good with a half a unit there. I think the volume's going to be there. Minutes are going to be up. So it's a good read. Let me give him just a small adjustment in my projections. Even with a small adjustment, I'm still only like at 1.6. But the read is there. The model support's not there, but the read is 100% there. So I like it. Not an official play for me, but I would not talk you off of that lean. I don't know. Points might be a pivot too. Let me see where I come in at as points. Am I higher? I'm at 12. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think points might even be the better pivot. Here. I got him at almost 12. You can play an 8.5. So I would lean over. If we're talking about the Luka Blitz, Rui threes, yes. Rui threes, yes. And then how many attempts? Are you asking for Smart? If you're asking for Smart, I have him at 8 field goal attempts, and basically 5 of them are threes. So, yeah, the threes make sense at plus money. He's over in 2 of 4. I'm at 4.8, so leaning over to the 4, almost to 5. I like Smart. I like Smart. Got some notifications here. Just Ben, appreciate you for tapping in. That was last night. We missed that. But the process was still there, I feel like. Okay, just the new announcement is potential momentum towards the YouTube deal. I don't really care about that right now. All right, Smart lean over points and threes. Smart definitely lean over points and threes. All right, let's go talk about Shea. See where the model's at, but in my heart, I feel like assists are the better look. I'm at 32.5 points, so a slight lean over there, and I'm at 7 assists, basically exactly 6.98. This game could be a blowout. Coming from a Lakers fan, yes. Probably a blowout coming from a Lakers fan. Lean over Shea's points and assists, but not enough to get there on either. Lean over Shea's PAs, but not enough to get there on either. We had a request on Jake LaRavia's rebounds. Minutes have been sporadic. Let's go with Reeves, with Luka. Numbers don't look good with Reeves and Luka. I'd probably stay off LaRavia's rebounds. I think there's some value in his threes over as well, though. At 1.5 plus money, I think he could get some crazy spot up threes, and he could pull Hardenstein at times. And if so, that's good for the pick and pop. So I lean over Jake LaRavia's threes. Not really an opinion on his rebounds. Rui's threes does make a bunch of sense to me. Now, he has been fairly efficient, don't get me wrong, but I think we could see increased volume where he's averaging 3.48. I think we're more likely to see 4 to 5 in this matchup. One and then 6, but this is a completely different team with Luka and Reeves. I think I've got to run the Rui threes. I might split this one up. I'm splitting this up. I'm going Rui over threes. I'm actually going to split it up. I'm going to go a half a unit rebounds, no. Half a unit's points, half a unit threes. I actually like Rui in this one. First, I'm going to Rivers, and I'm seeing what I have to get a half a unit down. It's just like you said. Speaking of the Rui blitz, the Luka blitz. I mean, it plays perfectly off of that. I've got 122. No, it is 124. They just moved. Okay, half a unit. You have to risk 0.61 unit. 13.5 plus money at Rivers, FanDuel. 13.5 plus 02 at FanDuel. If you have an MGM, go to MGM right now. If you have an MGM, go to MGM right now. Moneybag Tone, appreciate the like, appreciate the retweet, appreciate you tapping in. Hold on, I just need to find player points over unders. They're so fucking dumb. All right. Let me bet it. Pull up my bet slip, please. Thank you. Let me update projections now, and then we're good to go. Rui. Points projection is 15.08. Threes. Very small edge. 2.3. But I like the read. Cool. All right, I got that up there. I split it in half. I'm staying off of Royce O'Neal because they're good versus shooters. Split it up. Rui's points are available, 12.5 at a couple books. We've got MGM, Hard Rock. 1 second. I do believe FanDuel will come back down. They're plus 02 on the under, minus 136 on the plus 02 on the over, 136 on the under. I think they come back. We've got DFS sites, all of them at 12.5. We have Hard Rock, MGM, and then Bet Rivers just moved to 13.5. Okay. Storch, yes, I am going to be calling you in just a minute. Don't worry about it. I will call you in a minute. Okay, comments. See what's new. I'm saying bet the under. Oh, Royce O'Neal bet the under. Yes, that makes sense. Can you check on Klingon? We'll go back to Klingon and then O'Neal's PA under. I like O'Neal's PA under. I like the under. Thought you were going to say over. I was going to say no, not versus that team. Under, yes. Definitely worth a revisit. I'll go back at the end of stream. Luka first quarter 3+ assists. I like it because I do expect him to get blitzed off rip. I would definitely lean over there. Also lean over points for Reeves in this one, but I like it a little less. I don't know what the defensive scheme will be for him opposed to Luka, and they're already good versus pick and roll ball handlers. Reeves assists. 5.5, 131. Over and all but one with Luka this season. Where's my model number? I'm at 8. It's juicy. I mean, it's 138, 137, 130, 130, 135, 135, 136, 133, 137. Do I lean over? Absolutely. They allow a brick of threes. I don't think they defend Luka like that. Now, do they play drop versus Reeves is a good question. They're also allowing the 4th fewest assists per game. Shakir, I would say I lean over. My model supports it. Harder for me to diagnose what the scheme will be on Reeves versus Luka. I think Rui was easy. He'll be left. Reeves, I don't know what the defensive scheme will be. It's going to be a great game to watch. It might be a good live play. I would leave it as a lean, but I do lean over PAs as well. The line's 22.5 on his points. I'm closer to 25. Assists is 5.5. I'm closer to 8. So I could not talk you off of a PA over for Reeves. Couldn't talk you off of it. Someone asked about AJ Mitchell's points. He's been steady right around 15.5 line. Yeah, staying there, consistently going over, just slightly, but going over every time. Lou Dort may be back today, so that could affect some minutes. But whoever asked about AJ Mitchell's points, I would lean over there as well. All right, J-Dub, I think is questionable. I haven't seen anything saying he's coming back, but keep that in mind. We'll move on to Atlanta, Sacramento. Injury report, Carter, Naw is questionable. Outside of that, nothing. Sabonis looks to be back. It is Russell Westbrook's birthday, and I did hear on my apologies, I don't remember who shared this morning, but I think he's 9 assists away from a milestone. So there's also something to keep in mind for Russell Westbrook. James Harden did just have a triple-double versus this team, but they've been playing with Westbrook's minutes too much for me to really want to back that. Sabonis, I guess we'll get the Porzingis matchup. Porzingis does not rebound the ball well. That line still feels a little inflated for Sabonis, however. Going to be nothing official there. Porzingis hasn't hit 2 threes since Trey left. Probably a good play to the under there at plus money. The attempts haven't been crazy. I guess he did have 7 2 games ago. Outside of that, the attempts haven't been crazy. Jokic did hit 4 versus them. Turner 3. Porzingis has not got it going since the Trae Young injury, though. I lean under Porzingis 3s in this one. Nothing official, just lean. I like Westbrook overs, but they've been fucking around with his minutes. He ran 20, 16 here, 31 last game. If he plays 30 minutes, I would lean over literally everything. But the coaching staff been fucking with his minutes. Like, I like the double-double and triple-double too. His minutes. Honestly, I think the double-double is like the most value. Dyson Daniels' assist is your favorite play in this one. What's his scoring been like? He was strong around 13, 14 a game plus without Trae Young. Points have fallen off. Yeah, you saw 18, 18, 18 those first 3. Assists have stayed strong. I don't think Sacramento. Yeah, they're not top of the league in anything. I'm at 6.5. My model shows no edge, but I lean that way. I'm at 6.5, so at plus money, I feel like there should be value there. I'm going to have to tweak some things. I do lean over there for sure. Dyson Daniels assist. You've got my backing there. Levine points over. These are 3 pretty difficult defensive matchups. I wonder who his matchup will be. I make it 21.14. He has had 3 straight duds. I lean over. If Naw is out, I don't know who his defensive matchup will be. I don't think it will be Daniels, but it could be. I think Daniels will start on Schroeder. What's the projected starting lineups? Do they even have? They don't have Westbrook in the projected. They got Precious at the 4. I'm going to leave Levine's overs as a 3. They run people off of the line a lot, so that'll be difficult. But if he hits 3 threes, I think he soars over his line. So that doesn't make sense to me. I would lean over, but it's not an official play for me. DeMar, we always talk about this. 18 plus in LA, but I'm not taking the straight. Jalen Johnson, 20 plus. Ryan Rollins is a plus. Jalen Johnson is a plus. Jalen Johnson is a plus. Okongwu PRAs. I don't like Okongwu in this game. I'll see what the model says, though. I don't have him even in the model. I'm not doing anything for Okongwu. Should be near the bottom of the day slate. Very last game on here. Let me throw him in and see. $13-8. 13-8. Lean over on both, Storch, but I'm good. Giannis is out. I believe he is. I think he was officially announced out, but either way, I'm like 99.9% sure he sits either way. He was a late downgrade, so yeah, he was listed out 38 minutes ago. Giannis is out. Yeah, nothing on Okongwu. I think I'm good on this game. Lean over Westbrook, everything. Minutes just scare me. I like DeMar 18 plus in LA. He's very consistent at that number. Lean under Porzingis threes. Lean under Malik Monk's assists. It's so juicy, though. Yeah, I'm going to call it on that Atlanta-Sacramento. We'll move on to Denver versus the Clippers and be done tonight. Beal and Kawhi are both out. Zubac has got a very tough matchup. We've got a painted 24.5. Let me go see where I'm at. Zubox. Really where I'm at. I'm actually a little over that. So nothing official. Model leans over. I personally would lean under. I understand my model's probably there with a usage bump without Kawhi, but I'm cool on that. Jokic, let's see where the model's at. 30 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists. Just a fucking crazy player. Lean over points, basically right there. Lean over there. Lean over Jokic PAs. Over that in 4 of his last 5. Definitely lean over Jokic PAs. Boards at 12. I like him to get 12. What did I just say? 13, I think. My apologies. I got to pull it back open. Yeah, 13.23. I like him to get 12, but outside of that, nothing. We've got Harden's points and Murray's assists requested. Harden's points. Let's just go player by player. Jokic, I lean over PAs. Definitely lean over PAs. Harden points are at 23.5, 35 versus Atlanta in a triple-double. That was without Kawhi. 33.5 PAs is a more painted number. 33 and 10 cashes you. 23, I'm sorry. $118 at Rivers, 125 at FanDuel, 115 at Fanatics if you have a Fanatics. Philip says John Collins under his PRs. Makes sense to me. No Kawhi, so maybe, but Aaron Gordon's a very difficult pool. Storch, Harden, I prefer PAs. I definitely lean under, prefer over. I definitely lean over, prefer PAs. Jamal Murray assists. Let's just go through each one of these, but I will definitely look into it. What's my number on Harden's boards? Exactly 5. Right with market. Okay. Lean over Harden PAs, though, for sure. Jamal Murray requests. So I come in at Jamal, 19.5 points, 5.87 assists. So lean under here, 19.5 points. Would slightly lean over the assists, though. Who requested that? John, slightly lean over the assists, but lean under the points for Jamal Murray. Harden, yeah, lean over PAs, and then we had a John Collins request. Yeah, slightly lean under Jamal Murray's points. Over his assists. John Collins, PRs. Let's go look without Kawhi this year. I know he's pulling a difficult matchup. Should get a little bit of a usage bump. Difficult matchup. If I've got model support, we'll run it. 16.16 on points. Rebounds 5.46. I do lean under the rebounds. I like the rebounds under more. I do lean under the boards. It's juiced that way, which I think is the correct call, but I do lean under John Collins rebounds more than PRs. Lean under rebounds more than PRs. Aaron Gordon, I come in at 18.8. I like Aaron Gordon's points over, and I'm at 5.95 on the boards. Not so much there, maybe with the plus money. I lean over here. I do lean over Aaron Gordon's points. M. Knight, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like, appreciate the retweet. Appreciate everybody that liked and retweet today. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Aaron Gordon, lean over the points, but I'm not going to make that official. Any other requests? I think we did have the Portland game, some clinging stuff. Let me scroll back to that. Any other requests? If you tapped in late, missed anything, if you got any requests in any game, now's the time to throw those in. We'll go through each one of those and then call it. Huge slate, man. We're 2 hours deep into this, but this is about as big of a slate as you're going to get. Clinging over PRs. Nine and 9. I'm pretty close there with Klingen, bro. Slight lean to the points, but I'm pretty close there. Now, Neil PA's under. We talked briefly about a 3's under. Let me see where my model's at. Suns. Royce O'Neal, 13 and basically 3. No, I'm not going to bet it, but I understand the logic. Pardon me. Nurkic hit barely yesterday. Okay, yeah, we did talk about Nurk. I understand the logic on O'Neal. It makes sense to me. My model is still a little high, but they run people off of the line. And Royce O'Neal scoring a brick from spot up. So it makes sense to me. My model is a little over there, but it makes sense to me. Okay, any other requests, man? We are deep into this stream, 2 hours long. Doesn't even feel like it, though, if I'm being honest. I feel like we had good pace today. Had a lot of plays, couple of them, 2 of them already announced, basically out. For shits and gigs, Batum under his points. Hold on. Fourth quarter screaming, why the fuck Batum, man? I'm at 4.28 without Kawhi, so lean under, but that line's probably pretty close to efficient, I'd say. I do lean under, though, at 4.28. So definitely a little bit of a bump without Kawhi there tonight. All right, if nothing else, y'all, I'm gonna end this bad boy and go grab some lunch. I mean, I'm normally done around 1:30. Huge slate, 12-game slate. I appreciate y'all that tap in every single day. Whether you're in and out, I know people got lives, and this was a long stream, but I do appreciate everybody that's tapped in. Real quick, let me shout outs M. Knight, Moneybag Tone, Rubber Band Rah Rah, Chef, Shakir, Jason, which is Jay Bird, Bag Talk, Brett, Jose, Props.Cash, and Night Fox. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the retweets. Shout out to my guy Rico as well with the quote tweet. If you haven't already, man, drop a like, drop a retweet. Val, appreciate you for tapping in as well on the YouTube side of things. Make sure you liked and subscribed there if y'all are not already. Real quick, let's recap today's stream. I've got Jalen Brunson over 24.5 points. Con Kneppel over 24.5 PRs. Giannis over 31.5 points. He's out. That's a voided leg. Don't worry about it. Anthony Simons over 2.5 3-pointers made. De'Aaron Fox 20+ points. Stephon Castle over 23.5 points plus assists. Steph Curry under 4.5 assists. Kuminga under 22.5 PRs. However, he has just been announced questionable while we were on stream. I doubt he goes, so don't waste time looking for that line. Rui over 12.5 points and Rui 2+ 3-pointers made. I broke those down each to win a half a unit. I don't think I released anything else. That is all. Definitely some more leans on the slate, so keep an eye on any late ads. Vale, so appreciate all the love and support. Best of luck tonight, y'all. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.